Secondly, with studying and outlining and exams, I'm glad that I kind of relied on myself and how I studied best. And one of my really good friends also said this is also not following the panic trends of 1L, the first year advices that you get. You don't have to be in study group with like the best or who appear to be the best at those classes or subjects. You don't have to start outlining like months before the final. In fact, that I've never made my own outline from scratch, and I still did, pretty good or okay on most of the exams. There are some classes where the professors will require you to make your own outlines or your materials, and in those classes I've kind of used my own notes and just organized them, but I've never done the traditional outlining and just studying off the outline, because I've just learned better from putting outlines together from the past students who took those classes and did really well in it. And so what I'm trying to say is everyone has a different finals process and outlining and exams, and most of us are at least like 22, and I was 27 when I started. So we have already done this. Like, law school is different and difficult, but the way we study remain the same. So you just gotta trust that what you do, like little by little every day, just going to classes, doing the readings, adds up. And if you miss a couple days and not pay attention and not do the readings because you weren't on cold calls, that's okay. So just like trust yourself, trust how you study best. I mean, you can listen to all the advice you can get, and try to fix your routine a little bit. But I think it's important not to waste time trying to follow what everybody says is the best way to go through law school, because there isn't one way. And then there's second area is like what classes to take. And I'm glad I took some pass-fail short course classes. Those are the classes that are like 16 or 14 hours long, that are either done on long 2-day weekends or like a couple of night classes through the week for 1 credit. And I took some of those because I knew I was going in, especially later toward the second semester of 2L year and 3L year, that I wanted to do transactional practice. And because law school is so geared toward litigation and just like trial work and the brief writing, I don't think it prepares you enough for like transactional practice and contract drafting. Not that you're expected to have mastered it or even like really know how to do anything, because you will be retrained on the job, but it was some of these like contract drafting or M&A classes really helped me just at least to be familiar with the subjects and the vocabulary when I worked over the summer at my firm. Along with that, also take classes that you're interested in, like public interest classes and clinics and just more skills oriented classes. I think all my friends that I've asked to contribute to this video have said that there are few classes that they took kind of just because it sounded interesting or they were interested in it, and it ended up being like the best class during law school. And some of them ended up getting to do some of the coolest work as a student in different countries, or just made some impact in their community. So after you get the 1L classes out of the way and some of the kind of the not required but like expected classes like corporations out of the way, then you should really explore whatever your school offers that seem just interesting to you. Third, I wanted to talk about some of the activities or the extracurriculars or organizations. I am pretty glad that I did law review. Some of the work was really grueling, like citation, and I was on articles committee, so reading or screening for good articles was a lot of work on top of the interviewing and 2L hell in general. I thought 2L was more difficult than 1L, just because of the workload. I'm still glad I did that organization because I've developed like the best friendship from there. And also, you weren't in a environment where you're taught everything and you're expected to compete. And obviously it helps with some interviewing and resume, and it was actually an intellectually stimulating organization, especially the articles committee. Aside from law review, you're kind of free to do any organization. I mean, you're free to do law review or not, but you feel kind of pressure to write on. But aside from that, there are a lot of organization with people finding different passions, and there's really no pressure to do these activities or organization like it was in high school or in college. So other than just keeping your GPA up and, interviewing, you're not expected to have crazy resume material from law school. So I was just finding your kind of corner of the school that you really want, whether it's an activity or cultural organization. And I was glad I did a PALSA and I was on board. I think it was just nice to be in a group where you felt like some people had different similar backgrounds to you, and also you were just able to do some culturally related stuff, and you were also able to find mentors or mentees that kind of did what you wanted to do, but also can offer certain advices because of their background, especially navigating law school, especially like Vanderbilt, where it can be a little less diverse than other law schools in the north. So I was really glad I did a PALSA, and most of my black friends say PALSA, which is Black Law Students Association, were kind of their comfort zone and their rock during law schools. And there's like social activities and also some just the best mentors. And it's really important, whether you're at law school or law firm, to really find someone that you want to get advice from, and just to understand how they navigated law school and the legal career. So just don't be shy. Join these organizations and ask people how to navigate the schools, but also take those advice with a grain of salt, because what everybody wants to do and what everybody experience up to the law school stage is just really different. So yeah, just find your passion, even if it's secondary, because 1L or 2L, your classes will be your primary concern. Just find those passions, find those corners and organizations, and you'll be glad you did. So those are my advice / what I wish I'd done and differently, and what I was glad I did. And I hope it helped, but I just wanted to mostly just come on and add some content and just update with you guys. I have a lot of videos planned in my head since I started this YouTube channel, finding people from different industries who are successful, because I started this YouTube and especially this law school content to just help people. I've been getting some Insta DMs and emails and just comments that ask me for advice, mostly related to law school. And I want to continue doing that. We're moving to New York in a couple of weeks, and I'm starting work, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm sure from there I can also gain some experience that I can offer and make the channel a little bit different. I've also gotten kind of obsessed with cooking and plants during the pandemic, so I want to do like a plant tour and just do a little vlogs and stuff. Yeah, so it's been a while, and thanks for watching. And if you found this helpful, or if you have some suggestion, please leave me comments and subscribe. I'll be back. I'm going to New York this weekend to do apartment hunting, so I'll be back with some New York apartment hunting during the pandemic content soon. So bye.